Hello teachers, good morning. This is the first video for the physical sciences. Anyway, let us just differentiate these terms. Anyway, we have here distance and displacement, scalar and vector, velocity and speed. In physics, actually, we have a distinction between this distance and displacement. Okay, now let us have this one first. I'll just explain this one using its illustration. Okay, shall I say like this? This is my starting point, and this is my terminal point. Shall I say this one is like 30 kilometers, and then this one is 40 kilometers. And from here, the starting point to the terminal point, if this one is, shall I say, 50 kilometers. Okay, so my distance, the distance that I covered would be 70, because this 30 plus 40, okay, from here to here. Whereas the displacement, or my displacement, is 50 kilometers. It is because displacement is the shortest distance from the starting point to the terminal point, okay? It doesn't necessarily be the distance that you covered, or that you traveled, or the way you traveled. It's just the shortest distance between the starting point and the terminal point, okay? So my displacement would be 50, and the distance that I covered would be 70, because I used this way, okay? So that's the difference between distance and displacement. How about what if I travel this way? Okay, so this is my terminal point, and this is my starting point. So the shortest distance would be, like, shall we say, this is 10 kilometers, and this one is like 25 kilometers. Okay, so if I travel from here to here, the total distance that I covered would be 25 kilometers, and the displacement that I have would be 10 kilometers. Now the question is, when would this distance and displacement be the same? Okay, so these two quantities would be the same if an object travels in a straight path. Okay, shall we say this is my starting point and the terminal point. Okay, now if this one is like 10 kilometers, the distance that I covered would be 10 kilometers, and then my displacement is also 10 kilometers. Okay, when an object travels in a straight path, always remember displacement and distance are the same or equal. Okay, let's go to scalar and vectors. A scalar quantity and vector quantity. When I say scalar, it has only that what you call magnitude. Okay. Magnitude, just the measurement. Shall we say 10 kilometers, 40 miles, okay, 3 meters, like that stuff. Whereas vectors, this one has magnitude, or the measurement, and direction. What's that? Shall we say 10 kilometers north, okay, 50 kilometers northeast, like that. So there is always that direction for the vectors quantity. Now let's go to speed and velocity. Speed and velocity, actually there is just like distance over time, and this one is also distance over time. Now what makes them different? Velocity is a vector quantity, whereas the speed is a scalar quantity. Okay, so this one is just the same, like 10 meters per second. The speed, shall we say, this is just an example, and 10 meters per second east, like that. There is always a direction for the velocity. Okay, north, south, east, northwest, like that. Okay, so that's the velocity. Actually, in physics, they can be used interchangeably. It is because it is only when an object is traveling in a straight path. Okay, you can just have that one. Okay, so next topic, I'll begin to discuss about acceleration and time, velocity versus time graph, and stuff like that. Okay, bye bye.